Yo, what's up guys, your boy Nitrostorm here, welcome back to Solo Leveling Arise. So, Silver Main Baek Yoonho. So, again, if you're not familiar, it's this guy. They're both the same guy, right? But this is basically, his beast form, basically. We're going to be talking about his kit. I've never seen his gameplay yet. So, we're going to take a look at the stats first. And I will look at the gameplay and then I'll give you my verdict. Because I'm still able to review somewhat, right? Like what I did with Choi Chong In from my previous videos. So first of all, this guy is a dark attacker, as you can see from there you go, dark fighter. Utilizing his SSR weapon, which has a passive, basic attack damage increased by 8%. And then when you do basic attacks, you take damage equal to 0.5% of your current HP, but deals damage equal to 0.2% of current HP to target. Oh, so is this guy a HP scaling attacker, or is it just like extra damage based on the HP? We'll see. Okay, so it's attack based, and then we can do previews. Look at that. Okay, that's the basic attack string. That's the core attack, pretty straightforward stuff. First skill. Wait, what? That's kind of weird. Let's have that replay again. Oh, there you go. Okay, there we go. It kind of bugged. So it's just like a flurry of attacks. And then this one. Oh, it's a buff. Okay. See, when you do this skill, the second skill, you do a bit of damage. Costs a little bit more MP than usual, but it's not too bad. Dark elemental damage, obviously. There you go. Applies extreme attack beast form. So you get super armor effect, as you can see from the glow. So basically, if you get attacked, you can't get interrupted. Let's see. Applies a super armor effect. Increases the user's basic attack damage and attack speed by 30%. Increases damage taken by 15%. Deals continuous damage equal to 4% of your current HP every 3 seconds. Duration 10 seconds. So you're going to be losing a lot of HP. You're going to be taking more damage. But you are dealing more damage and do faster basic attack damage. Which I'm not a fan of personally. But you only lose 12% HP during the course of the 10 seconds, but you do take more damage, so we'll see. All right, special skill. So the first thing we'll be seeing is the support skill. Support skill. Let's see. This might be given to yeah. Support skill is what you use when you're using Song Jinwoo, right? Song Jinwoo based stages. So it increases the user's attack by 20%, but it also increases damage taken by 10%. Okay, pretty interesting. 20% attack buff. We don't actually get that often currently. We mainly get defense debuff and increased damage taken. So I guess using this in conjunction with someone that increases the enemy damage taken and decreasing defense, it will, mesh together better. And overall DPS might increase better, but we'll see the rest. QTE, this is during hunter only stages. It's just damage. All right, ultimate. I might not actually need to test play. I think the only thing I will test play is this bit, because I need to basic attack after using this skill. But in any case, the user's damage increases by 10% for every 10% of the user's HP lost. So maximum is 90% damage increase if you have 10% HP left. Okay, interesting. Now max doesn't really do anything, right? It's increasing damage. Okay, pretty cool. So straightforward. He's I guess if I were to summarize, he is a enmity based damage dealer, and by that I mean if you've played certain games, enmity basically means the more HP you lose, the more damage you deal. Now let's take a look at the passives. This is where the most important part of the video is basically, is taking a look at the dupe system. Okay, so the user's skill damage increase is equal to 50% of the... Oh, wait, hold on. This guy's kind of annoying me. Let me get rid of the preview. And then go to skills. There you go. The user's skill damage increases equal to 50% of the user's reduced HP ratio. 50% of the user's reduced HP ratio. I'm assuming this means, for example, if you currently have 50% of your HP remaining, you will have 25% increased skill damage. Interesting. Okay, when slaughter or violent approach hits, so slaughter is the core attack, and then violent assault is the first skill. When either of these two hits, inflicts bleed on the target, which cannot be applied on world bosses. That's fair. When the first world boss was around, at least around the time where I managed to unlock it, I think you were able to bleed the boss at one point, so you deal a lot of damage because it's HP based damage, and then the boss has like what, 999 HP bars, or was it 9,999? Either way, it was a lot of free damage, so it makes sense that they cannot be applied on world bosses. Let's see. The skill damage the user deals to targets inflicted with bleed with magic beast claws and slaughter. So, wait, magic beast claws. Oh, with basic and core attack. Okay, increases by 20%. Okay, so works around bleed, but you can make the enemy bleed very easily, which is pretty nice. So you can utilize the passive very easily. From the looks of it, most of its DPS is based on the basic and core attacks, especially implied by the second skill that he has right here. Now let's take a look at the dupes. When the user uses extreme attack beast form, increases critical hit rate and critical hit damage by 3% every second for 10 seconds. So on the 10th second, you have 30% crit rate and crit damage, which seems pretty cool, but keep in mind it's a 10-second duration, right? But still, on the 5th second, you have a 15% crit rate and crit damage increase, which is pretty cool, I guess. And I guess to be fair, right, the cooldowns of skills normally, they take quite a bit of time. So the fact that the majority of this character's damage is through basic and core attack, I would say is it's pretty nice, because it means the damage is consistent. But for the most part, the first dupe, you technically don't really need it. This one, the user's HP increases by 10%. This is just to help further utilize the weapon that it has, which feels kind of weird, right? Because the more attacks you do, the more HP you lose, and the less HP damage you do as well. So I don't know. In any case, second dupe, not really that big. Third dupe, increase the basic attack and core attack damage to increase the effect of bleeding targets to 40%. So from 20 to 40%. I would say that's pretty big, right? The boost is doubled. The user's basic attack damage increases by 40% on the fourth dupe. Again, just more damage increase. And then the user's skill damage increase proportionally to 80% of the user's reduced HP ratio. So I'm assuming in this case, if you've lost 50% HP, for example, rather than getting a 25% skill damage boost, you will get a 40% skill damage boost. So overall, there's no game-changing dupes, as in there's no gameplay-changing dupes compared to Choi Jong-in. And so you can probably get this guy 0 dupes and you'll be fine. Obviously, there's going to be the argument where, you kind of want to have dupes in order for them to be quote-unquote relevant. But that's pretty much up to you. You technically don't need dupes for this character, but you do get a lot of damage. You do get a lot of damage from the third dupe onwards. And that is a lot of pulls, right? Considering 80 is pity and you're not guaranteed the character, you know, it is a bit of a risk, and you would have to be potentially pulling a lot for these dupes. But yeah, one last thing is we're going to be taking a look at his gameplay, and then I'll give you my final verdict. And to do that, we have to go to events, and then hunter preview, and then there we go. So the only thing we will check is the basic attack speed, mainly because we have already seen the skills in action from the preview, from the skill preview section. But yeah, yep, bleed and blah blah blah, and yep, we've done all of this. So the only thing we're checking is the basic attack. So let's start off without any buffs, right? Oh, and then that was probably the core attack that we just used. Let's try again. Let's get the core attack up. Okay, let's see the core attack. Okay, just like that. So you see, it's pretty okay. Bang, 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 bang. Now let's see how fast it is with after boost. Okay, I mean, it's definitely much faster. And then you have a 4-second downtime. Well, 3 to 4 second downtime. Because, you know, 10 seconds buff. You know, if you have enough cooldown reduction. Wait, I don't know if I don't know if you can get cooldown reduction, but I would say it's pretty decent, you know. You don't need to have this guy 100% on the field, but you can switch around your characters, right? Within the 4-second downtime that he has, right? Because you have 3 hunters in your team. But yeah, overall, to be frank, the gameplay is very straightforward. Pure damage dealer. Technically, no sense of support. The only support that you can get from this guy is when you're playing a Song Jinwoo dedicated stage, where you can only use the Hunter's support skill, and then Song Jinwoo will get a 20% attack buff, as well as a debuff which increases damage taken by 10%, which is technically not that big of a deal, right? But yeah, there you have it. You know, kind of, you know, just like a berserk mode kind of character. If you like the kind of gameplay, then go ahead. Just keep in mind, this character is mainly a basic attack / core attack based character, as implied by the exclusive SSR weapon, as well as the passives from the dupes that you can get, as well as the passive itself. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for this character. So yeah, overall, my overall verdict, as I've mentioned before, basic attack based character. Passives are also focused on the basic attacks. Has a bit of bleed in there for some free damage. Has a bit of HP scaling from the exclusive weapon, but it's not really that big of a deal. I would probably ask for a buff, in my opinion, for that weapon. And then the passives, again, as I mentioned, the dupes are mainly for basic attacks as well. But yeah, no support except for Song Jinwoo stages for 20% attack buff and 10% increased damage taken by Song Jinwoo, right? It's not the enemy that's getting a debuff, it's you that's getting a debuff as well as a buff. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for this video. Hopefully this will help you decide whether or not you're going to pull for him. I'm not going to say whether or not this character is bad because I do not have the character himself. But if you let me tell you my opinion in regards to this character's gameplay, I would say it's very straightforward, meaning it's kind of bland. So yeah, Hopefully this opinion, again, as I mentioned before, hopefully it helps you out. If you still got any more questions in regards to Silver main Baek Yoonho, do let me know down in the comments below. Is he worth pulling? For me, at least, personally, I am going to skip this character. If you like the character, go ahead and pull. I never said this character was a bad character. I only said that I didn't really like the gameplay. In any case, it's been your boy Nitrostorm. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.